Today on Play to Win, former Falcons great Jesse the Hammer Tuggle joins us. 680's Nick Cellini on Georgia Tech struggles, plus injuries, fantasy football, and Jeffrey the Ed Schechter picks against the spread. This is the fastest 30 minutes in football.
Play to Win is being brought to you by the Southeastern Nissan dealers, Mellow Mushroom Pizza Baker, and SD Services.
Welcome to Play to Win with former Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Fantasy Football League previews with Adam Brown, game analysis with Nikki Williams, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, medical and injury update with Dr. Andrew Lalagi, and your host, Atlanta sports veteran Bob Neal. Today's SEC report is being brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to the show. We are proud to have Falcons Ring of Honor member, former All-Pro Jesse the Hammer Tuggle sitting in for Chuck. It's great to see you, my friend.
Hey, Bob, it's good to be here.
It's been a little while, and your DNA follows you. This guy's sons are both in the NFL. Tell us about Justin and Grady.
Hey, right now, Justin is the linebacker for the Houston Texans, and he's doing very well there. And Grady is the D tackle for the Falcons. I am so proud of both of them, and I'm wishing them the best of luck this year.
Well, it's DNA, that's all I can say. Jeffrey and Nikki, of course, and we'll be getting to all the things in college and the NFL, but we start, as usual, with the SEC and the slate of games. I call this the week where the SEC really is taking, let's call it a scrimmage. It's scrimmage week. Florida Atlantic at Florida, the Citadel of South Carolina. One good game, LSU, Mississippi, as you see. Charleston Southern at Alabama. Did you hear Nick Saban really went off about how tough Charleston Southern is? Right, Nick? Mississippi State, Arkansas, and you see the rest of the slate of games. And Arkansas, speaking of them, Jesse Tuggle, Mississippi State at Arkansas is probably, in my opinion, the best, most competitive game in the SEC this week. And Arkansas started slowly, but they've been playing well of late. My question to you as the former football star is, what does momentum have to do? Will that carry over for Arkansas?
Yes, it should, because right now Arkansas is a real hot team. Although they're 6-4, they won their last 4 games in a row. And not only that, they knock off LSU. And now they're second place in the SEC, and they sack something to play for. So it's going to be a big game this week.
All right, how about Dak Prescott? He got sacked 9 times last week.
Dak or sack? we said last week that he needed to have a big game, that the whole game was going to lie on Dak's shoulders, and unfortunately the numbers did not show that he had a very big game. Also sacked 9 times. The good news, though, is Arkansas is only averaging around 1 sack per game, so this might be more of a spa-like experience for Dak.
Okay, I want to now talk about that LSU loss. And by the way, Les Miles, one of my favorite coaches in the league, although some say he's on a little bit of a warm seat down there, took responsibility for the LSU loss.
We gave up a touchdown on really 3 mistakes, and you can't play defense like that. And I thought our defense fought. I thought they. And anybody that would think that this is a hangover from the Alabama game is absolutely not true. Okay, I thought they fought. I thought they made mistakes. When you make mistakes against a quality opponent that can run the football, you end up, on the back end of the scores. And I thought our team played hard. I take the discredit here. I like to plan. I like to plan it all. We got to be better, and that's me.
All right, that's Les Miles commenting about taking responsibility. I want you to talk about LSU a little bit. What's your feeling about them as a team? They're certainly disappointing a lot of fans.
LSU came into this game, they wanted to be the #1 dominating rush team in the league in the SEC, but obviously they didn't do that last week. When Arkansas came out there, and I think Alex Collins rushed for over 141 yards, and he had a great game. And when anytime that happened, Les is the kind of coach who always believes that you got to go out there and dominate offensively, and that's what got to happen.
All right, by the way, it's a time for our college football showdown, brought to you by the Georgia Lottery, and we're going out of the SEC and even the West Coast. We're going to the Big Ten. Michigan State at Ohio State. I can't wait to see this game. Ohio State stays right up there, Jesse Tuggle, in the top rankings around the country, have all year long. Of course, from last year, it carries over, but they've had 3 quarterbacks. And my question to you, now they're going to have J.T. Barrett start at quarterback. What does it mean when you've got 3 quarterbacks during a season, even for a good team?
And the quarterback is the leader of the football team. He's the one who got to go out there and play well and set the tempo. So right now they're thinking J.T. Barrett is the guy. And hopefully, Bob, he's the guy who can come in and make all the difference for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
All right, we'll see about it. Well, now let's find out whether or not Jeffrey the Ed Schechter thinks the Buckeyes are going to win. What do you think?
I would love to pick Michigan State, but they just don't have the defense or the speed to keep up with Ohio State. Give it 13 with the Buckeyes.
Okay, it's time now for our college football playoff top 10 rankings. In order to be these top 4 will be in the playoffs at the end of the year, and right now they stay the same as they were last week: Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, and Notre Dame. But Jeffrey, while we look at that, who do you like in that, and who's missing from that top 10?
North Carolina's missing. North Carolina can play with any of those teams. Right now they're unbelievable. And it's going to come down to, for that 4th spot, Oklahoma or Oklahoma State. The team that wins out is going to get the 4th spot.
All right, over Notre Dame, even if Notre Dame wins out. All right, he's the man. We're going to come back in just a moment and go to Hometown Team Report and talk about Georgia and their practice game.
Toyotathon is back with a season full of holiday treats.
Like 0% APR financing on the reliable Camry. Did you know 90% of Camrys sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today? But hurry, our biggest event of the year won't last long. Right now at the Toyotathon sales event, get a low 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 holiday bonus cash on a new 2016 Toyota Camry. That's just 0% APR.
Make the holidays happier at Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Always set a place at the dinner table for good manners. Stay seated, napkin on your lap, and elbows at your sides. And remember, mealtime is for nourishment, nothing more.
It's back. Nissan's holiday event, now with special Black Friday offers.
Right now, lease Sentra, just $139 per month, or get a $199 per month lease on Rogue. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com.
Why can't I have a slice of yours?
You're a cartoon. You can only have cartoon pizza.
It's not fair.
Look, this pie is 100% real, and you're colored ink. It's physics, man.
Well, can you buy me a beer?
I can buy you a cartoon beer. Are you single?
It's right.
Everyone wants real mellow mushroom pizza because our pies use premium meats and cheeses, fresh veggies, and spring water dough baked with wheat goodness. Mellow mushroom, a higher order of pizza.
Hometown Team Report is being brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, bringing a higher order of pizza to Atlanta for 40 years.
We go to the Hometown Team Report. Georgia Tech's going to be down in Miami, and Georgia is hosting Georgia Southern this weekend. And after the Georgia victory over Auburn last week, Mark Richt surprised a lot of people, took a flight to the West Coast to visit his 5-star recruit, the quarterback who's coming in next year by the name of Jacob Eason. By the way, he looks pretty good. But Richt made a trip right there on Sunday before he even got ready for this week's games. And Jesse, I wanted to ask you about that. A lot of Georgia fans, of course, are counting on Jacob Eason to come in here and be the savior. Right. But I know you weren't even highly recruited out of high school, and you ended up being an all-pro.
But no worries for the Georgia fans, though, because when this guy is so highly recruited, there's a lot of time and effort goes into this. No, he probably is just as good as advertised. What Mark got to do when he get him to the system is develop that talent. If he can do that and just continue him on a winning process, oh yeah, he'll be great for many years to come.
Yeah, I've seen some video. He looks pretty darn good right now. I want to talk about Georgia Southern coming in. I'd say there's a little bit of madness to their method.
And it's no coincidence either. The last time UGA played Southern the week before Tech, the Dogs held the Jackets to just 10 points. That's the lowest Richt has ever held a Paul Johnson offense to.
Wow, so it's going to be a good time for him, but let's see what Jeffrey the Ed Schechter thinks about who's going to win this one.
Georgia Southern catches Georgia during the Mark Richt Save His Job tour. This has come down from 16.5 to 13. There's money on Georgia Southern. I just think there's two different levels. give the 13 with Georgia. But they need to be careful because Georgia Southern's a good team.
All right, and Georgia Tech goes down to play Miami. Miami's already fired a coach, looking for a new coach. The question there is, how can Miami defend this run option? You're a guy who's played against that a lot in your career. What's the secret to it, defending a run option like Tech?
Everybody try to find the secret. There really there's no secret. You got to be disciplined. You got to be able to stop the dive. You got to be able to stop the quarterback, and you got to have a guy on the pitch man. If you can do that consistently throughout the game, and then you can stop the triple option.
Yeah, one mistake and boom, 65-yard touchdown run,
Absolutely.
right? Absolutely. All right, now we're going to go to 680's Nick Cellini on our 68 Seconds with 680. Nick on the morning show, of course. And we know one thing about Nick. We're going to get him to talk about the Georgia Tech struggles, and he has a very clear and definitive opinion.
Well, Bob, I can go off on a tangent, which you know I'm pretty good at, but the bottom line is I don't think anything's really going to happen over at Georgia Tech. The only possible thing that could happen is a tweak of the special teams system. But we know the triple option is Paul Johnson's baby. It's his offense. He's not going anyplace. So maybe he tweaks it here or there, but this offense is pretty much going to stay the same. Defensively, I don't think Ted Roof is going anyplace either. This team had to deal with a ton of inexperience this year, a ton of injuries as well. And I don't know if the money is there to make any big picture changes over at Georgia Tech. Also something to think about. Paul Johnson, whenever he comes off of a bad season, he has a pretty good season, sometimes a great season the following year. So I just talked for almost a minute, and I really haven't said anything. But Bob, again, you've worked with me before. You should be used to that. I don't think Tech is really going to change anything. They're going to bank on experience, learning through some of the adversity this year, and bouncing back and being a better team next year. With that, we send things back to you, Bob.
I said a definitive, clear opinion, and then he makes me out a liar. Okay, Jeffrey, who is going to win this game?
Tech's offense is a disaster. They scored the first 2 times they had the ball last week and did nothing against Virginia Tech after that. I like Miami with the 2.5.
Miami plus 2.5, says the Edge. In a moment, we'll be back with fantasy football, and then we'll talk Falcons-Colts. Can the Falcons beat Matt Hasselbeck?
Introducing the Kia Holidays on Us sales event. Get a Kia Optima, Forte, or Soul with no payments due for 5 months, including your first 2 payments on us, plus 0% financing. With those kinds of savings, you can afford to enjoy the holiday season even more. Because this year, the holidays are on Kia, with no payments due for 5 months, including your first 2 payments on us, plus 0% financing. Discover more joy. Discover the new Kia. Hurry in today before the holidays are over.
You're going to deny everything, and if you're lying through...
When you're hurt in a car wreck, the insurance company will try anything to deny your claim.
Deny, deny, deny. Whatever it takes, we're not paying a dime.
They'll stop at nothing until they run into the strong arm.
Don't let the insurance company decide what you deserve. Call me now. I'll fight so you don't have to.
Get the upper hand. Get the strong arm. Call attorney John Foy and Associates today.
It's back. It's Nissan's holiday event, now with special Black Friday offers.
Right now, save up to $1,000 bonus cash on top of existing offers on select models. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com.
Today's Fantasy Report is being brought to you by SD Services. Home comfort or plumbing issues? We can fix that.
Time for fantasy football. Who's hot and who's cold? I know who's hot. It's this guy right here. You've been picking some good ones.
I've been lucky lately.
All right, let's get started with the selections this week for fantasy football. And as usual, start with the quarterbacks.
Let's start with the quarterbacks. Derek Carr. He should be started every time you can get a chance because he has 10 touchdown passes the past 3 games. He's playing a terrible Detroit defense this week. Also, let's look at Matt Ryan. Coming off a bye, Indy's given up a touchdown pass in every game this year. I like Matt Ryan a lot. Now let's look at running backs, guys. Running backs. Sharkandrick West has touchdowns in 3 straight games. I like him a lot this week against the San Diego defense. It's not great. And Darren McFadden I like a lot. Miami's given up 4 rushing touchdowns the past 2 weeks. Now on the running back front, look, you see these guys, they're all great receivers. Julio Jones has 22 receptions his last 2 games, like him a lot. And Larry Fitzgerald has 19 receptions his last 2 games. And Carson Palmer You know he's playing the Bengals this week. His old team. It's personal for him.
Yeah, I love Carson Palmer, too.
Yes, definitely.
He can get it done.
Definitely.
And here's my favorite part. This is the weekly 10. These are the good mid-level and low-value starters and guys you like. And look who's on the board.
Tony Romo, he's back. Tony Romo's back. Playing a Miami defense that's given up a touchdown pass in every game, and 9 of them the past 4 weeks. Like him a lot, and I like Joyce Bell a lot this week against a Raiders defense that's given up 3 touchdowns the last couple of weeks. Danny Amendola, filling in for Julian Edelman, had 10 receptions last week. Look for him to have a big game. He's very cheap in weekly fantasy leagues. And also Richard Rodgers, the only reliable receiver for Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdowns the past 2 weeks. And on the bottom, Kansas City's defense, double-digit points the past 3 weeks. Playing San Diego, who likes to turn the ball over.
And I saw Atlanta Falcons up there.
Yeah, the Falcons, look, they're better at home than they are on the road. The Falcons are playing a team with Matt Hasselbeck at quarterback.
Good.
So
It's a
look
good
for the Falcons this week. Sack the quarterback a couple of times. Everybody will be happy.
All right, this is Adam Brown. I'm happy with the work you do. Be sure to go to our website, which is playingtowin.tv, and play to win. It's our Red Pepper Taqueria UB, the Expert Challenge. First place $100, second place $50. We'll be back in just a moment as we preview the NFL. Can the Falcons handle the Colts?
Bad pipes, clogs, broken water heater? We can fix that. Estes Plumbing Services, your man for all seasons since 1949, will make your plumbing problems disappear. From pesky pipes to new water heaters. We can fix that.
It's huge, and it's here now. The Black Friday Blockbuster Sales Event at Mall of Georgia, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get a 2016 Jeep Cherokee Sport for only $19,414 or $245 a month. Choose a Chrysler 200 for just $19,039 or pay just $239 a month. And take $12,000 off MSRP on a Ram 1500 Express or pay only $339 a month. Find Black Friday pricing now at Mall of Georgia, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And online anytime at yourdodge.com.
Be ready to winter with Infinity. Now through January 4th, lease the Infinity Q50 for $309 a month. Visit your Atlanta area Infinity retailer.
Is your heating system blowing cold air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Estes Services. We've been installing and repairing heating and air systems in Atlanta for 66 years. Need to get warm? We can fix that.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
All right, back with the NFL Report. The Falcons coming off a bye week. They're going to now host the Indianapolis Colts without Andrew Luck at the Georgia Dome. And they have Matt Hasselbeck, and we'll talk about him in a minute. But, Jesse, I want you to be the defensive coordinator now against your former Falcon team. How would you defend the Falcons as they are right now? They've been struggling a little bit offensively.
One thing you have to realize, the Falcons have one of the best offensive in the NFL. Matt Ryan is truly an elite quarterback, and you have Julio Jones, you have Roddy White, so the team is loaded offensively, and they can pass the football. One thing you can't sleep on if I was defensive coordinator, I would not sleep on Freeman. They can run the football as well. So you have to go out there and do what you have to do to stop them.
All right, and let's talk about that running game.
Yeah, the Falcons' running game was on top of the world 3 weeks ago. Now they've rusted over to the 15th spot, only averaging around 114 yards per game, and it gets worse. The Colts are the weaker of the teams defensively when it comes to stopping the run, but they're just coming off that game in Denver where they only allowed 35 total yards on the ground, so they're coming in with some confidence.
Ominous for Falcons fans. I've been dying to ask you this since I saw you today, and that is Vic Beasley, Falcons' #1 draft choice, undersized for his position like you were, and you end up being an All-Pro. So I want your thoughts on Vic Beasley and how he's developing.
I like Beasley. You know, he's a great outside pass rusher. He's a guy who go out there and work hard each and every day. I got an opportunity to watch him at Clemson, and fans haven't really seen the best of him yet. I listened to Chuck talk about his pass rushing abilities. I know that they're going to develop each and every year. And so right now, as a true rookie playing in the NFL, he's right where he needs to be.
All right, that's good news for number 44. And I want to ask you about Matt Hasselbeck playing quarterback for the Colts.
He's all right. He's done a good job filling in for Andrew Luck these last couple of games. He's been to a Super Bowl, veteran guy, great guy to have on backup, but he's got a few touchdowns, no picks. He's not going to get you beat, but he might not beat you either.
Exactly. I like the way you said that. And Jeffrey, who is going to win this game?
Falcons are still not the type of team where you can lay 6 points. I like Indy with the points. Take the 6.
Indy +6. Okay, there you go. Falcons, Indianapolis at the Dome on Sunday at 1 o'clock kickoff time, by the way. Stay with us right now. We'll be back in just a moment with the lightning round after we hear from Dr. A on Play to Win.
It's back. Nissan's holiday event, now with special Black Friday offers.
Right now, save up to $1,000 bonus cash on top of existing offers on select models. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com.
With a 100% electric Nissan Leaf, what will you do? How far will you go? How much will you see? Electrify the world. Now with a class-leading 107 miles on a charge, the Nissan Leaf is the best-selling electric car in America.
It's not limited edition, not cast conditioned, not exclusive or extra, nor is it private reserve. It is, however, a rare breed. American lager from an American-owned, family-operated brewery. Since 1829, we kept it so simple, we're still in fashion. Fancy that. America's oldest brewery, Yingling.
The holidays are here, and so is Toyotathon.
Wrap up a great year-end deal on a reliable Toyota, like 0% APR financing on many of our most popular models. And every new Toyota comes with a 2 years or 25,000 miles no-cost maintenance plan. Right now at the Toyotathon sales event, get a low 0% APR for 72 months, plus $500 holiday bonus cash on a new 2015 Toyota Prius. That's 0% APR.
Make the holidays happier at Toyotathon. Uh-oh.
Toyota, let's go places.
Today's Player Medical and Injury Report is being brought to you by John Foy and Associates. Personal injury law. Get the strong arm.
All right, it's time for the injury report and the player medical report, brought to you by John Foy and Associates. First of all, let's check this list of injuries in the National Football League. Right at the top, wide receiver Leonard Hankerson has the hamstring, but we understand now that he is probable. So we'll see if the Falcons are going to move the ball around to Julio Jones, Roddy White, and Hankerson, with Hankerson being back in there. Down at the bottom, you see Julian Edelman is sidelined. That means he's kind of day-to-day. They're not sure when he'll get back. And, of course, Danny Amendola is replacing him for the Patriots. And now it is time for our player medical report with Dr. A, the creator of InsideInjuries.com and the chief medical officer of the Radiology Group.
We are at week 10 of the NFL, a whole lot of injuries to talk about, all the medical downgrades, as well as last week the algorithm got it right 75%, so everyone should pay attention. Let's take a look at this chart now. TJ Yeldon is down to a B+, however still at low risk. Michael Floyd from an A- to a B, so he moves from low risk to moderate risk, so I'll be very careful with him. Emmanuel Sanders stays at a B- but is still moderate risk. Marshawn Lynch from a B to a C+, so he moves even further down on the risk scale. Alshon Jeffrey down to a C+, moderate risk. DeMarco Murray, the algorithm has been right all year, and now he's down to a C+. Alan Hearns from a B- to a C+. The algorithm has been right all season long so far. Andrew Hawkins, level 3 concussion most likely, from a B+ all the way down to a C-, so from low risk to high risk. And Sam Bradford, the algorithm got it right again. From the beginning of the year till now, he's all the way down to a D+. And Ryan Matthews has always been actually pretty low, from a D to an F+ at a very high risk. Now, let's talk about Peyton Manning. So, partially torn plantar fascia on his left foot. His plant foot is really going to significantly impact him. So that's why he's down from an A- from low risk to a B at 70% to moderate risk. So be very careful with him. Let's talk about Julian Edelman. Jones fracture, stress fracture in the foot for a wide receiver is going to be at least 8 weeks of proper healing time. If he comes back, we cannot upgrade him. We have to downgrade him to a D+. If he comes back before 8 weeks. Good luck to everyone this week. Remember, pay attention to the algorithm because it's right 75% of the time.
Thank you, Dr. A. A look at all the injuries from a medical perspective. By the way, you stay with us on Play to Win. Come back in just a moment. We're going to have the lightning round with Jeffrey the Ed Schechter.
If you've been injured, if you or a loved one have been a victim, if you've suffered, get the upper hand. Get the strong arm.
Protect your rights and get the lawyer who fights.
It's back. Nissan's holiday event, now with special Black Friday offers.
Right now, lease Sentra, just $139 per month, or get a $199 per month lease on road. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com.
It's time for the lightning round. That means Jeffrey the Ed Schechter. And Jeffrey, let's get started with college football.
Good matchup, Wisconsin, Northwestern. I think 10's a lot of points. Take the Huskies.
All right, how about Louisville-Pittsburgh?
Bad year for Louisville. I think, and Pitt's coming on. Give the 2 at Pittsburgh.
And you're really a fan of Oklahoma State lately, right?
Well, Baylor's a little beaten up. I don't think they're as good as they were. The backup quarterback's not that great. I think Oklahoma State will beat them at home.
All right, National Football League. Let's get started with Washington, Carolina.
Nobody wins them all. Carolina, don't feel bad. Cincinnati lost last week. New England should have lost. I think Washington's going to give you a game, if not beat you.
Okay, how about Denver, Chicago? You like the Bears? They're playing better.
I didn't like Denver when they were 7-0. I like them less now. The Bears are coming on. John Fox is a great coach. Give the point with Chicago.
You've all season liked Minnesota.
6 in a row with Minnesota. This is not a rerun. Go with them again. Give the point. They should beat Green Bay.
All right, how about the bonus?
My original pick for the Super Bowl, Kansas City, and they're coming on. They're playing good ball. Give the 3.
All right, there you go. Jeffrey the Edge picks for today. Well, remember those. Write them down. I got to ask you something before you go. First of all, Jesse the Hammer Tuggle said him to you. You've been great. Let's give him a round of applause here. All right, I got a question. You got 2 sons playing in pro football. You got Justin with the Texans, and you also have Grady with the Falcons. When they're on at the same time, who do you watch?
I watch both. I watch them both. I can't say one or the other, but I cheer for the Falcons because that's my team, and my son playing there. But I always wish Justin the best too, so I love watching them both.
Must be something having both sons playing in the NFL. You're a great guy. It's so good you were here today.
Hey, thank you, Bob.
All right, on behalf of Jeffrey, yes.
Could get to meet on the Super Bowl.
That's right, all 3 of them. We've had Bob Whitfield, we've had Chuck, and now Jesse the Hammer Tuggle from that 98 Super Bowl team. And that is football's Play to Win for this week. We'll see you next week on Play to Win.
Play to Win has been brought to you by Toyota, the Georgia Lottery, and John Foy and Associates.